Me and my husband Victor makes an all-Russian festival of NLP. We wanted to join some trainers from different centers. What do you think about this idea?
Well, we need that. We need that. That's a great idea. Anytime the field of NLP will get together, the people of NLP get together, it's going to be a benefit for everybody.
Why?
Mostly because of what Robert Dilts would call a thought virus. There's a thought virus in our movement, and it's a thought virus of individuality and the lack of cooperating, the lack of collaboration. So anytime we can do more collaboration, the human potential movement failed as a movement and disappeared. It's gone today because of individuality. Because they couldn't collaborate.
Sometimes in small Russian towns there are a single NLP trainer, and she or he thoughts that he or she is a star and it's enough for him or her, and there is no reason to join to somebody, to meet people, to speak about his or her things, thoughts. What do you think about it?
Well, that's an example of the problems we face, because that's undermining the very thing we're trying to do.
Why is it a problem?
Well, it's a problem on several, at the personal level. That person is not staying current with the field. That person isn't knowing what's going on in the rest of the world in the field of NLP, what's being developed, patterns that are replacing and making redundant old patterns that are awkward compared to the newer things that's being developed. So the person, him or herself, is not a good example of a learner, of a lifelong ferocious learner. So they're not a good example of an NLP person.
Sometimes people think that it's enough. I know the material of NLP practitioner, maybe of NLP master, it's enough for me. In my small town, it's okay.
Well, that tells me they have not learned NLP properly.
Why?
They don't have the spirit. The spirit of NLP is that you never know, you never finish. You're an ongoing learner. Somebody like that is a poor example. I would take away their license. If I had anything to do it, I'd take away their license and say you got to. Continuous education is part of any profession. Every doctor has to have continuing education credits. Every nurse, every dentist, every engineer. And if a person's going to be professional, every 2 or 3 years they need to have continuous education. And the person says, I got enough, is a form of ignorance.
You have written so many books. I think you are not afraid of that some people can read your book and go and make a training on your book.
I want them to.
Why?
Well, because this is to give out. We've just touched, we've put our toe in the ocean of knowledge. We're not even swimming yet. There is so much to discover. And what little things I can write, if anybody go do trainings on them, fine. This will help to develop it, but we've just put our toe in the ocean. There's so
much more people will learn an NLP, will use it in their life. How do you think the life on the earth will change?
Well, if people will use it and take responsibility for themselves, I mean, that'd be the first thing. Because the majority of people on this planet don't take responsibility. They blame, they accuse, they attack other people and hold other people and organizations and governments responsible for their well-being. Sometimes
they need resources for living. They don't have enough money to live.
And if they think it's the government's fault,
yes,
they haven't learned NLP. Once they learn NLP, they'll realize it's not the government's fault.
And what NLP can make for such people?
Well, they become resourceful. They become self-responsible, self-guiding, self-directing persons. They can create wealth in the poorest of countries. They can create wealth in Nigeria. They can create wealth in southern Mexico.
And are you a rich person?
Well, yes, in many, many ways. Because richness has to do you have a rich mind? Do you have rich emotions? Do you have a rich lifestyle? Do you have rich relationships? Do you have rich creative thoughts? So richness, wealth is so much more than money. Money is just a signpost.